So, we made our way...
Septum says I could drink you under the table. Twice.
Thank you, Hoth. We made our way back to the night gate inn. And we were just getting comfortable again.
Let me just tell you, on second thought, I'll keep that to myself.
Yes, thank you, Hoth. And there was nothing really interesting. Hoth, shut up! Happening on our way here. We had a fight with a bear, but we have those all the time. And then we pretty much were already here. So what's on the agenda next? That's the question, isn't it? Technically speaking, we do have a bounty to collect. The only problem is, said bounty may or may not be all the way in Dawnstar. And I don't think we are too interested in heading off back to Dawnstar just yet. When we could be heading off to Windhelm and from there back to Fort Dawnguard through this little destination we marked a while ago. Or we might climb to the throat of the world while we are at it. Why yes, a little nip over there to the throat of the world and then have a chat with Isran. That sounds like a plan to me. The bounty can wait for a little while longer, till we get more business in there. Besides, we already got something quite peculiar from the encounter. A mask, if I am not mistaken. An intriguing piece of gear, I'll have to say so. Before we go on...
Or maybe just some mead. Of course.
I'd like a refill of water and then I'll be on my way. Unless you have a salt to sell me.
Appetite,
You do? Well, I'll have them both. I do not have anything I can sell to you, really,
anything
so...
you need, just holler.
Let's get on the road. Next up, Windhelm. The final recruit for the Helgen extravaganza. About time, I'll have to say. And then we'll have to see when we find the time to get back there, possibly after we have had the chat with Isran. That much I believe I have under control. And Hoff, if you don't stop repeating the same few sentences over and over, I'm going to consider the help of that guardswoman from Helgen, because as a fellow anti-Thalmor agent, I can trust in the ability almost as much as I trust yours. It's just that I cannot take you repeating yourself all the bloody time. Got him! So essence, that's right, and ice wolf pelts. I cannot be arsed to walk all the way back there. So what were the negatives I saw? Still got the aura online, I see. Well, I've got to fix that, don't I? It was right here. So let's see, first things first. The pelts and... Was there something else I'm forgetting? Oh, I don't think so. On with the show. Should perhaps prepare the shout instead of the horse whistle so I don't surprise myself in combat. Let me guess. You don't particularly like me. Though you should have considered your moves a bit more carefully before attacking me. Let's see, gun a lockpicks, a note, but you've seen one note, you've seen them all. Well, you fought, I guess. Bit more flowers to my pocket, with one having been left for them. And which way here leads to Windhelm? It's to the right, I see. I should really get to showing my lot of the Stormcloaks, or ability more like, taking care of the ice raid they sent me to take care of. But in the middle of the bloody ocean. Or sea, at the very least. Well, a bigger pond of water than any that I've been crossing recently, so it's an ocean for me. Might as well be anyhow. And it's bloody cold. I can't believe that there would be a way to get there without getting myself wet, and I'm not too sure I want to get myself wet in such waters. That's the true test here, showing that I can endure the north. I guess it's applicable in a war fought in the north. Clever.
Whatever happened to Nords?
But it does keep me from doing the right deed here. But if it is so, then it will be so. Soon we'll have the final... Ah, dear. Wolves. I mean, really, this wolf thing is getting comical at this rate. Wolves, wolves, always wolves. So, pelts on the horse, back on horseback, and a quick sprint to the city. That should very much do it. There's not much more distance to traverse here, is there? Just leave the horse here. Hopefully no carriage will drive on top of them, because they've been trying to do such a thing lately. And then the horse has climbed on top of the carriage, and then things have just gone stupidly crazy. And I'd rather not go through that all again. So if I was to prepare, now would be a good time to consider spending the night somewhere. Perhaps I can take care of some simple tasks at the market while I am at it. But first, the thing I actually came here for, before I forget, like I almost did, upon our visit to the capital of the Pale.
Take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
They say the college has been snooping around Sarthan.
No, you don't have anything.
No good can come of that.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
You don't look like a mercenary. I'm looking for experienced guards, so you have all the job we posted?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess that it's not very enthusiastic. What might be the trouble here?
All my life I've been picked on
Safe
because I'm
journey,
small.
sword brother.
Everyone has always said I can't do the things I want to do because of it.
What do you want to do?
I want to be a warrior like the great Nords throughout history. It's just that no one has ever believed in me. They say warriors aren't supposed to be little. But they don't understand that small also means quick and agile. Light on your feet and stealthy.
We got a lot of
You don't have
stealthies
to
in
be
the
a
city
lumberjack
guard.
to be a good fighter.
You would be right, there are many ways to fight.
Yes, and I'm good with the sword as well as with the bow. I would make an excellent guard, and will defend my post to the death if necessary.
I'm
Do I
sold.
get the job?
Travel to Helgen, talk to Kors in the courtyard and wait for me there.
Oh, it's like a test. And if I make it there, I pass. Very clever.
Yes, clever, clever,
I'm cutting.
clever.
I pretend there's an Imperial soldier's head on the stump.
Ode to Skyrim's truest sons and daughters, the Stormcloaks.
So now with that taken care of, a quick visit to the market is in order if anyone's still selling.
Yes.
Yes, they seem to be.
Look,
Yes?
now.
Let's trade.
Everything I got on display, really.
Knives and other goods for the home.
You won't purchase anything I'm interested in selling, really? I'll take 10 of your salt piles, though.
Good day to you.
You know about Talos?
Own
He
Hollyfrost
founded
farm
the
outside the
Empire.
city.
Well,
I don't
you...
haggle.
Honest
If you
work.
want a lower price, look elsewhere. Trinkets, odds and ends, that
Well,
sort of
I
thing.
might have something you could get use out of. Let's see here. Would you be interested in Amulet of RK? Genuine? Yes? Ah, good. And you might also want to consider... Oh, this ain't even leaving my hands. Someone will use it for bad things. Yes, you might want to consider what I have here. Sapphires, rubies, garnets, amethysts. Not really wanting to go into the flawless department, they are quite nice to look at. Think there's more things to be sold on my horse, there is.
Thank you for your custom.
Let me take a quick look there. I'll be right back. They didn't have too much more gold, so let's see what we can have and cannot. The boss marine for Scoif they might be able to purchase from us, as well as the gold ring, but past that I'm not too sure. Well, the silver rings won't do much harm. Yes, yes, alright, let's head on back then.
I'd travel
Right,
more.
I
Take a look.
brought more things you might be interested in. So this Scoif, as well as this ring and these 3 rings. That should be enough from me, I think. Yes, yes. Let's see if I have a potion I might want to sell. That's good, that I want. That's bad, that I don't want. So, here. Anything I could sell for a tenner? No, doesn't look like it particularly. Oh well. I'll just not strip of all of your money for now.
I'll see you again soon, I hope.
I hope so too. We can both profit from these exchanges. They would have a smithy, but I'm not that keen on trekking through all this distance with the things to be broken down to ingots in my pockets. That I prefer Whiterun for. So let's see if we want to make it through the
Let me know if you need
night.
anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Another quiet day.
Do you really want me on the other
Got some
side
fresh
of the
baked
thing?
bread and good cheese if you're after
Up.
a bite to eat. Those
You
dark
gave me
elf
no
refugees
option,
will
but I would like a rent.
Sure
I'd
thing.
like to rent a
It's
room.
yours for a day. I'll show you to your room, right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Oh, we are done.
You've been seen
Excuse
in the company
me.
of your companions. That's an honorable path,
Well,
Rod.
I'll just repeat what I just did.
Captain
Excuse me.
Lonely Gale has been avoiding me. I just know it.
Yep, my room as per usual. So, with a few extra hours of rest, I should be able to travel in daytime.
I still can't believe Isabella's gone. She was such a helpful young lass.
What? This is my bedroom. I am not expecting visitors in the morning. Please and thank you.
You couldn't possibly be the Dragonborn.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Those dark... Let's save that appetite.
Sell me some food if you would. Thank you.
Enjoy your stay. Yeah?
And
What?
fill my water skins if
Of
you would.
course.
Yes,
Mind you don't
that's
put out
it.
that candle on the hearth up.
On the road we head on again. So we'll need to drive away a group of squatters from someone's house. That was what the mark we set for ourselves was for, was it not? Shouldn't be too difficult. We've been driving out bandits and necromancers from forts for quite a while now. It's become second nature for us. Quite a change from the original life I had, but if that's what it takes to be fighting a Thalmor, gentlemen, ladies, nothing? Alright. So this way it shall be. Kynes Grove was on the path here, was it not? And perhaps that one little hillside with a dragon soaring about. Hopefully that won't become a problem here. At least snow has settled, so it won't be as cold. That's a wolf. I guess I'll have to deal with it.
You hit like an old lady.
Yeah. I don't know what fascination these animals have with me, I really don't. But since they insist... This is a sensible direction to be taking, is it not? It should be. We head straight on and then take a turn there, and we'll end up going through there, and as we end up in Nimalden Wood, we'll turn back, since we've gone too far. Try to stay on the main road and everything should be fine. Next thing we question is if we are on the main road. Please and thank you. I'm genuinely wondering why the wolves are so suicidal. Haven't they learned yet?
Mike wishes you well.
Well, I wish you well as well, Mike. Isn't it odd how Khajiit refer to themselves in third person? They are nearly not important enough to be referring themselves in third person. I mean, the Emperor themselves, do they refer themselves in third person? Because they might be important enough for that. Oh well, maybe it's some custom of theirs I don't really understand. Don't really understand what custom it is to be trying to rob me whenever they see me, but...
Thought I heard something.
Speaking of things like that... What? Thought they had tried to attack me, but... If you don't want that, I'll take it. Did I mention wolves being suicidal as of late? And that is a saber cat, not a wolf. And we have taken care of the saber cat. Perhaps someday I'll get to trek through an entire path without killing half of the wildlife in the region. Perhaps one day I will encounter vampires or something that needs to be get rid of as a part of things I'm supposed to be doing anyway. And not bears and saber cats and whatever else. But that'll be business for the later date. Let's see, get the pelts off myself and see what we've learned. I think a bit more endurance wouldn't be bad. You'll need to consider powers of restoration. Auras should be pretty nice. We should be getting more of them as soon as we can. But what's here? Wards. Yeah, not too interested in wards. Tortured soul, oh dear. Allows you to blast targets affected by curse type spells as though they were undead. Oh no, surely not. Well, we'll be picking those once we actually have knowledge in set skills. So what did we have here? Riposte. That was for weapons, wasn't it? Dear, you are just bouncing all around the place. Wizard, the rational skill warrior knows this and exploits the wounding capabilities chosen tools with every charged attack. Potential. But we could have more power draw or keen slants. I'll be focusing on the ranged aspect of things. So we'll take one of the power draw and then we'll be picking something else up. Probably from heavy armor for a change. The Stolar defense. Maybe. Just rage. No, not really. No, unshakable would be quite neat, but that's not nowhere close. So just rage would give us more power when we were injured, not really what we are looking for. Perhaps it's block in the end after all. We could have safeguards maxed out. We could have more sanctuary. Sounds good to me. Riposte we won't be taken. Replenish, no, not yet. No quick reflexes. Debilitating bash leads to power bash, which has blunt supremacy. But we won't be taking anything from the right side as things are. And perhaps regaining strength and composure while shielding would be a good thing. That's what we've learned. Funny how I can decide what I've learned after I've been doing the learning, but for the sake of convenience, I shall not argue with that. The whole Dragonborn business must have something to do with it, I am sure. Alright, I may have said that I would like to encounter vampires for a change. It seems my wish has been fulfilled. I am unsure if I was this certain I wanted them.
I'm going to enjoy this.
I'm gonna carve out your heart.
There we go with one, and we should have a cleansing ready. No, not on the wolf, on the vampire. Stop it, wolves. Didn't get to cleanse the vampire, unfortunately. They were wearing witch plates, which seems interesting, but I'm not touching anything a vampire has worn. That I am not going to do. So vampires were taken care of. Most were fledglings. That was a goat. Attacking a member of the Dawn Guard in the middle of the road may have not been the smartest decision by them. That much I will have to comment. They had found a good shady corner for themselves. I applaud the tactical decision. So I should be taking the left, not be taking the left, but instead continuing down on the road here. The dragon's still there, yes. That was either a skeever or a wolf, and I'm not particularly fond of wasting my time with either. Those were skeevers. Still not fond of the thought of wasting my time. Especially not when we experience a freeze. I'll be back shortly. Am I glad we had a save this close? Yes, I am breaking character here, but seriously. So, there are the skeevers. I'm still choosing to ignore them. I have no interest in wasting my time with them. Well, if you so demand the help, I might. Let's do this, Hoth. Alright, that's over and done with. Who were you, Pip?
The mercy of Stendarr does not extend.
So... I'm just unable to comprehend this. How can these people call themselves Vigilants of Stendar if they run away from skeevers? What, if a Daedra worshipper so much as grinned at them, would they run away screaming? Because I think that with that kind of attitude, yes! I can see why Isran would have nothing to do with the Vigilant. I had respect for those people once. I guess it was misplaced. But for Stendar, to Stendar I can place my trust. For it was but their mercy that saved me from the dragon back in Helgen, or sent the dragon to save me from the Imperial's axe. Unless it was Talos themselves watching over me, for speaking against the fools who would deny his godhood. Maybe. I have really got to think about this, don't I? More things onto the back burner. More things to question. So what ore is this? No leaving good and usable ore behind and all. Iron? Well, that belongs to me then. Just what I can use. I've learned to work with woven material, come to think of it. Thing is, I haven't had much of that material to work with. So all that I know is strictly theory. I would like to put this theory into test one day, but for that I'd really need to be hauling Dwemer struts and all that stuff away from a ruin, and I've yet to be sent into a ruin, and I'm not going to delve into one without a good reason. So let's see what we find here. That looks to be a farm. I can leave them down devices. That is a camp. On the bridge there's a group of people reveling.
Why is that?
Well, I won't disturb them much longer. I am still on the right path, am I not? Yes. And soon I'll be taking the turn. Just before this stable thing. And we will be looking for the bridge that takes us to the other side. What are you looking for?
Alright, hand over your valuables, or I would gut you like a fish.
I should have guessed. Would you kindly walk away before I have to get mad at you?
Nice try, but you do not scare me. I am not going to ask again.
Seriously? I don't have time for this. You are good at resisting my shield bashes, but that's where your talent ends. You should not go and try to rob a fully armored, heavily armored at that, Dawn Guard officials. That won't end too well for you. Or is that the place I'll be storming? That's a bit bigger than I had given it credit for in the dark. Oh well. It should not be much of a hassle, should it? Yes, soon I'll be taking the path to the left. And from there, that should be that bridge. It really was much darker in the night. Perhaps, actually, that's not the place I'm going to at all. Might be that it isn't. Nah, no hope about that. It certainly looks like it's that one. Alright, fine folks, sorry to have kept you waiting. Let me simply toss any things I won't be needing onto my horse, and I'll be good to join you. Why am I not wearing boots? There we go, everything seems to be in order.
Are you? I will take back my family's castle.
Yes, what is going on here?
Finally, reinforcements have arrived. I was expecting more, though. You'd better be good.
I am one of the best, but why should I help you?
We left to help with the war, and these filth bags swooped in and seized the place. My family is in there.
That's reason enough.
I suspect Brewer planned this. There's been bad blood between us since the king's death. But to invade my home, kidnap my family...
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Sounds like more than just bad blood too.
You ask a lot of questions for a mercenary. Just get in there and open the gate. We'll try and provide help once that's done.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll very much do it.
I wish we could offer more help. But our last attack went sour. And we're all that is left. Good luck.
Infiltration. Righto. So let's see. First things first. I will not need the custom mark anymore.
Yes?
Where would this lead us? Trevor's Watch escape tunnel. Might that be a good idea? Let's see. I don't usually sneak about, but for a reason too.
That all you got? That all you got?
Someone's firing shots from up there. Yes, I will need to have a more close range things ready, I think.
That all you got? You hit like an old lady. Hit like an old lady.
And now there's someone at the top of the stairs. A simple highwayman, I see. And an outlaw too. They seem to be armored, so perhaps the elf piercer will prove valuable. A quick heal on ourselves. Alright, halt. If you feel like moving in, do so. That wasn't quite what was planned, nor was picking up that lantern. You are very poorly armored, I'll tell you that. You don't really get staggered from being blocked, do you? Let me show why getting armor is important. That was a messy fight. So what on earth are you wearing? Barbarian armor? What on earth is that? Trusting on your abdominal muscles to stop swords? Because let me tell you, that isn't going to be working out for you much longer. Well, you are already dead, so I guess it didn't work at all. 110 gold pieces, oh my. I guess I could help you out a bit, Hoff. There we go. And I have one lantern I'm not supposed to be having. Here we have a outlaw with an ashen longbow. Quite a few iron arrows, some bread and cheese. And just as I pick them up, I get hungry. Convenient? Maybe. So let's get on with the path, yes. Coinless Legionnaire sword, leather strips. What do we have here? Ah, orcish boots. This could prove useful at a later date, but could prove useful.
No one's knew a guy who survived.
I'm carrying too much now.
Just to find his stupid. I don't know if I can trust him. What do you want to trade for?
Lighten my load, if you would. Let's see, it's probably the boots. I mean, Sherhoff, if you want to do it like that. So keep that circlet for me.
Whatever you say.
If you think going barefoot's going to help our chances, feel free to. I wonder what's up there.
Time to end this little game.
Oh?
An outlaw coming at us. That was there. Okay, backlog of resist magic. I already have a cloak that resists magic. They must have been working in this room. Shaman light boots, leather boots, a few imperial swords, a studded armor, a ton of iron ingots.
Well, you know. Trade,
Could you
Alright.
handle those for me? You could, thank you. Lots of meat here and oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dearie me. If these people are his relatives, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but sheesh. Oh dearie me. Well, I guess it's time we saw what we could do about it.